So look, bro, there's a lot of wild things going on right now, especially because during Ryan Garcia's suspension, he tried to finagle and go around and go under and go left and go right and over the top. And recently, I know I was waiting. See, I've been sitting. I like to sit back and wait for things to unfold and then speak on the story. You know what I mean? I don't really like to be in the middle of it, making 5, 6, 7 videos because one, it gets exhausting, right? Two, things change in boxing so much, right? A lot of things are hearsay, a lot of things are rumors. You have to be careful when you see certain sources, even ESPN, Mark Coppinger, all of these reputable sources, and I'm putting that in air quotes, that speak on boxing, and they announce the big news and things like that, right? They'll say fights are almost ready and this and that. But bro, I've learned that until they are in the ring, a fight is not done. You know what I mean? That's why I like to give predictions. I like to give post-fight reactions. I do not like to talk about upcoming fights, this and that much. I don't really like to do fantasy stuff because it just, all it does, it's the same thing as when you got a girl, right? And all she does is be like, well, you could be doing this. You could look at how bad her mood is and her attitude is all the time. I'd rather be the happy dude who is looking at the fights that are actually on the way, that are actually have already happened. And we can talk about fighters after they fought. You know what I mean? Until they actually fighting, I don't really want to hear too much. But anyways, let me start by saying this off the rip. It's fuck Ryan Garcia. But that's for obvious reasons. You dig what I'm saying? You can't cheat in the sport and then try to go and circumvent the entire suspension and things like that. What I will say is the commission is janky because they didn't put in their suspension that he can't fight internationally, and they gave him a way out. And what's even weirder is the New York State Athletic Commission, the dude who was running it retired right before the case started when they found out that they were going to be subpoenaing things, and Devin Haney was going to start turning over rocks and seeing what's under the rocks. You know what I'm saying? Or turning over stones. So everything was already looking fishy, but now Ryan Garcia is trying to fight this dude in Japan. You know what I mean? He tried to do the Dubai fight first, and Turkey was like, nah, you can't come to Dubai until you figure all this out, right? So then he goes to Japan. He's trying to fight this Japanese dude. I just seen they had a face off. You know what I mean? So it was about as real as it could get. But then Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya, they come out there like, hey man, we didn't sign up on this. There's no fade until we sign off on it. There's no fade. And they did that for a few fights. They just came out and basically were just like, we haven't signed off on this. We haven't signed off on this. So they were like, until we sign off on this, there is no fade. But somebody made a good point in the comments yesterday, right? In the comments, bro, I really tried to stay out of the comments, but they made a good point, bro. A good point is a good point, right? And basically they were saying that they were like, it hasn't even been 10 months since his last fight, and Ryan is already desperate for money trying to get a payday. His first scheme was selling Save the Children merch. Then after that, he did a fake crypto coin, and now he's trying to do an exhibition. He lost all of his endorsements. He can't even fight professional, so now he needs this. He's going to be filing for bankruptcy soon after he had to pay Haney millions of dollars for cheating. Now, I don't think that the case is over with. I don't think that he's done. But the thing about it is, legal fees are a bitch. Legal fees will drain a lot of people of their revenue. Boxers don't always make big paydays in general. Ryan Garcia he never sold a pay-per-view until the Gervonta Davis fight. You know what I mean? And then he fought Devin Haney on pay-per-view. But by himself, he's never had a pay-per-view fight. He never fought any big competition. Those were his two biggest fights to this day. You dig what I'm saying? He never put on a big event on his own. So he wasn't that up. You know what I mean? Him and his family were all still staying together. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he paid off the family's house, but they were all still staying together, but he never had his own shit. You know what I mean? He wasn't up like that. He made big money from both the Tank fight. He made big money from the Devin fight. But the Devin fight, it got an asterisk because he cheated, and they're trying to make sure that gets rectified. And so between legal fees, having to pay Devin Haney a lot of money because he missed weight, and whatever he's being sued for damages and for battery in the lawsuit, bro, it might be tapped or getting close to it, or he may see the other side of things and he's just like, yo, I need a bag because this is gonna be nasty work. So while he's popular, he's trying to just not lock in a fade. And overseas, where he's like, hey, they don't pay too much attention to these type of things. They'll have me over there. They know my name. They see me on Gatorade commercials and blah blah blah. Mind you, all of the people that he had ties with, the people that were sponsoring his him and things like that, a lot of them pulled out. If not all of them, they all pulled out. So coming to the conclusion that he's tapped for bread, it does make sense because of how desperately he's been trying to make it. Usually when you start to see people go the crypto route, whether it's creators, athletes, any of that type of stuff, when they're trying to just pump and dump some coin, right? And there's no offense to my traders, but I'm not gonna lie, a lot of y'all be on BS, man. A lot more money is made in advertising the fact that y'all have money and getting people to buy your courses or buy into your Discord than what's actually made in the act of trading, if that makes sense. So anyways, it would not be surprising to find out that he's tapped for bread and he needs money. And if Golden Boy holds up the fight because they're like, hey, we never signed off on this. He's trying to go and do things without the promoter being involved. He's trying to go get money that the promoter, it all makes logical sense. If you need money and you try to go run around and pick up a quick bag real quick, it's no difference than an artist who tries to circumvent a 360 deal in different ways. But he's complaining about their label because no matter what, they take a piece of that. You know what I mean? And there's artists who have never been rich, but they've been fronted so much money. But then people start hitting them like, hey, you got to take this off the budget. You got to pay these people. Mind you, every time he fights, he has to pay his whole team. The label gets a cut. You know what I mean? Everybody gets a cut. They were complaining about not getting their money after the fight. There was a whole lot of shit with the money. And a wise man once said, when shit gets funny, you follow the money. So now, his actions leading up to this point would be the actions of somebody who cannot afford to take time off. Meanwhile, if you look at Devin Haney, Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson in between fights, they're going on vacation. They're living comfortably. They're doing interviews. They're making content for their Instagrams. They're starting brands. They're investing. You know what I mean? They're building other fighters. There's a lot more business going on. Bud Crawford, same thing. Vacation, building fighters, training other fighters, not having to fight so much because they've earned enough money to buy their time back. You dig what I'm saying? So anyways, there's a clear difference between those who have and those who have not. So what I will say is this. I'm not sure if Ryan Garcia is going to do this fight. I don't know. You know what I mean? We gonna see. I think Golden Boy, I don't know if they have intentions on signing off on this. I think that if they don't have the right cut to the money and if shit ain't right, you know what I mean, then I don't think they're gonna sign off on this fight. But they did already weigh in. But like I said, a fight is not done until they're in the ring. And I forget what date the fight was set for. Let me check. I think it was in December. Yeah. So it was set for December 30th. That's about a month away. So they got about a month. They have to come to agreements for in a fight in a not they don't have 30 days. They really got like 2 weeks. And there's no telling whether or not Ryan Garcia is on the juice. There's no telling, bro. So to be honest, this could do more damage than good if he comes in the fight out of shape, overweight, but still cracking like he normally has been, because he's clear he's going to be on the juice, bro. And when you say things like we should have a steroid league and all this type of stuff, what more evidence do you need that this dude should not be in the fight game? You know what I mean? But anyways, drop your thoughts in the comment section. With that being said, man, I'm gone.